Okay. I will then start off today's conference, Maximizing Fiber Infrastructure Investment in Europe, by giving the floor to Mrs. Ulla Hamilton, who is representing the SALAR, the Swedish Association of Local Authorities and Regions. So, Ms. Hamilton.
Thank you very much. Nice being here. I'm a member of the Committee for Growth and Regional Development at Swedish Association of Local Authorities, and also a former, during the last 8 years, Vice Mayor of the City of Stockholm. So on behalf of the Swedish Association of Local Authorities and Regions and the City of Stockholm's IT infrastructure company Stokab, I would like to welcome you to this seminar, those who are here and those who are coming, hopefully. We hope that you will take this opportunity to discuss how regions and municipalities can foster fiber deployment in order to stimulate competition on the service level. The digital evolution creates great opportunities for our society. We can do much more in less time, and the digitalization simplifies our everyday life. It can strengthen the international competitiveness of companies and support the development of innovative services in the public sector. At the same time, it requires a more effective IT infrastructure, access to super-fast communication for people and companies at a reasonable price, is today crucial for municipalities and regions' possibilities to grow and develop. It also has great impact regarding companies' decisions where to locate their businesses. A connected society can offer stronger regional development, increased growth, and sustainability. This is not only an issue for the telecom sector, but for the society as a whole, and thereby a responsibility for the European Union, the member states, regions, and municipalities. In Sweden, municipalities have taken responsibility to deploy open fiber networks, which companies are invited to use on equal and non-discriminatory conditions. Basically, this Swedish model is about providing an infrastructure in the same way as we, as a country, provide roads and railways to our citizens and businesses, a public utility. The model allows companies to freely compete in providing the citizen with the best services to the lowest possible price. Sweden has around 170 municipal fiber networks. Those municipality-owned networks offers companies on equal terms access to a modern communication infrastructure. Private network operators can, through this infrastructure, create their own solutions and applications, such as internet, television, and telephone products, and offer them to companies and households. The major part of the investments in fiber infrastructure in Sweden are made by municipalities and by SMP, for example, Telia Sonera. The municipal networks are financially viable and do not rely on any public support. The access fees to the networks are, in an international comparison, very, very competitive. So the Swedish broadband and digital service market is dynamic and characterized by competition. Our open networks have stimulated new company entries on the markets, since they don't have to invest heavily in infrastructure or depend on leasing the infrastructure from a competitor. And the networks have, for example, contributed to Sweden's world-class rollout of LTE network, 4G, the fastest available mobile technology of today, and the price on ultra-fast broadband are also very, very low. So retail broadband prices in municipalities with open networks are generally 20 to 30% lower than in other parts of Sweden. This has also been an important driver for households to connect to the networks. So today, 5 out of 10 households have access to ultra-fast broadband connections, allowing the households to stream media and television. And the availability of infrastructure is driving demand and thus development of services. 60% of the consumers who have access to ultra-fast broadband subscribes to a 100 megabit connection, and Swedes are leading in the use of high broadband speeds. The development of the municipal networks has also been an enable for cities and counties to provide distant learning, e-health solutions, and other types of e-services to their citizens. Our main goal is to give municipalities opportunity to develop using modern IT application in the fields of healthcare, education, and elderly care. They are facing great challenges in these areas, and smart ICT solutions can help them to develop their services, and that requires, of course, extensive fiber networks. Among Sweden's municipal networks, Stokab is the most renowned. Stokab, owned by the city of Stockholm, started in 1994, and I was actually vice chairman of Stokab during those years. It was not obvious to all of us within the Conservative Party that the city should get engaged in this business, because wouldn't it risk damaging competition within the market? But we found, on the contrary, that the ownership of the open infrastructure was a key factor. We realized that in order to secure free and fair competition regarding services, the city should provide the market with an open, not subsidized ICT infrastructure. And today we have more than 100 companies operating in this open network in Stockholm. Today, Stockholm ranks #1 of 40 cities around the world in Ericsson Network Society Index. One of the main reasons for this is Stokab's fiber network. High quality access to both fixed and mobile broadband thanks to extensive infrastructure rollouts. A study performed by the research institute Acreo has shown that the socioeconomic return on Stokab's network is at least 3 times the investment, benefits that will continue to grow and accumulate. And this has been accomplished without risking taxpayers' money. I believe that securing and driving growth in today's digital society relies on the existence of open fiber infrastructure that can serve the market on open and equal conditions. The municipalities' investments in deploying open fiber networks have been blessed by the telecom industry. The private sector has seen that public-owned open fiber networks have led to lower costs and have stimulated competition. Furthermore, it will stimulate the investments and innovation in communication equipment and services. The EU member states are at different stages of their next generation access rollout. The basic conditions for and pace of NGA rollout differs a lot. The current development in Europe, where operators are becoming increasingly vertically integrated in control of both infrastructure and services, is not, in our opinion, desirable. The development may lead to monopolization, which would inhibit growth and competitiveness throughout the European Union. In a majority of European countries, it is expected that the incumbents shall provide the market with high-speed fiber networks. The incumbents originally built their copper or coax networks in order to supply their services and products to the end customer. But since the marketplace have changed with the arrival of new technology and business models, OTT, over-the-top players, which in turn has put increasingly requirements on regular efforts. We, SALAR, welcome really a reform of the European telecom market and will emphasize the need that the Commission take in consideration the well-functioning municipal open model during that process. The Swedish example shows that public actors can be key players for broadband rollout. We hope that our model can inspire other municipalities and counties to define fiber for what it really is a fundamental infrastructure in today's modern society. EU should support member states, regions and municipalities in their efforts to deploy fiber, because when enough fiber exists on open and equal terms, a market structure with a non-vertically integrated network, entry barriers on the service level and associated competition problems do not exist, and Stockholm is a good example of that. This will create new conditions with cost-effective solutions for several entering operators, OTT players, and freedom of choice for a consumer. In short, an open market economy solution where we can all work together in fulfilling the objectives of the digital agenda of Europe towards building a much, much stronger Europe. So, thanks and welcome once again to this seminar.